Are we recording?
How you feeling though?
I'm feeling good. So that what you be doing? You be looking at yourself in the mirror while you be?
Nah.
Oh, you just have it right there. Okay.
Yeah, that's that mirror right there. Hey, I didn't even think about that. But that mirror right there though, that's like my mirror when I come downstairs and I be like, do I actually match? Okay,
okay.
Yeah, cause niggas be like, damn, bro, your shit fly. But like I've been told I dress like a wealthy white man. Hippie shit.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hippie
So I was just like, they got it.
Okay.
Okay, we here. You know what I'm saying? I don't do no introductions.
Okay.
So I allow the guests to introduce themselves so they can vibe into it, and then we'll go from there. So go ahead and let the people know who you are.
What's up, y'all? This your girl, YEA. You can follow me on Instagram at official.YEA.
Yeah. Is YEA?
YEA, yeah.
So it's not yeah.
No, it's YEA. Everybody fuck it up. Yeah.
So it's YEA.
It's YEA.
Okay. First and foremost, before we even get to this, how did that come about?
The name YEA?
Yeah.
So it's abbreviation for Young Empress Anah. Like that's my original rap name. But when I went to put it on like an album cover, it was too long. So I was just like YEA. And then I was like, yay.
Cause this whole time I've been like, about to pull up, nigga.
Do that shit.
Yeah. They like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, nigga, yeah. But yay.
Yeah.
Got it. That's fly. So every guest that I asked them 3 questions.
Okay.
Who are you, which we already covered. What do you do, and why do you do it?
I do music, and I do it because it saved my life, and I actually enjoy it.
Why do you do it?
I don't know. It's always been a passion of mine.
Yeah.
It used to be like poetry at first.
Word.
And me venting, and then it became something bigger than that.
Word.
Yeah.
So when it came to like the venting and the poetry, how was your poetry in the beginning? Was it like free verse? Was it like rhyming? Was it like rap structure?
It wasn't rap structure. It was really trash at first. Like it was just me venting. I was just mad about shit in life, and I was just like, yeah. And then one day I tried to put it to a beat or whatever, and it didn't go together. Yeah. So then I kept like practicing to get it to rhyme more and stuff like that. Yeah.
Word. So take us to that moment of the transition of the poetry into the music. How did that come about?
I was just chilling in my room, an average day of being mad, and then
it's like shit. You want some water?
Oh no, I'm good. I'm good. Okay. Yeah, average day of being mad, and I think what song was it? I think "Girls Love Beyonce" by Drake. That was like one of the songs, the little beat. Yeah, I was listening to that beat, and I was trying to put some shit to that, but it didn't really work out. So what ended up working out for my poetry is when I had put it to, I think it was that Kendrick Lamar beat. I can't think. Poetic Justice. Ooh. That first part that was that
that Janet.
Yeah, that Janet part. That's where I put it to, and then that's what started like me.
Yeah. Or yay.
Yay. That's what started,
That's what's up. So like, me doing my research, I peeped that you're originally from Georgia, correct? What part of Georgia?
I'm from Macon.
Macon? Dang, so you from mid-5.
Yeah, I'm in the middle Georgia,
Middle. Okay, so like, bring us to there. Like, how was that coming up in Macon?
Macon is just, man, like, growing up in Macon, I want to say it was just no parental supervision. Like, parents was all druggies and just doing, shit. So they was never really around. So it's just a whole bunch of kids running the block. Like, we all at each other's house and shit. And just, I don't know, like, shit like that.
You know who at the crib with the bikes outside?
Yeah, that's all we did. It was always outside. Like, when I was kids, and then as time started getting, like when I started getting older and stuff like that, that's when like gangs and shit started to be more prevalent, and then we had to get the fuck up out of there. So So then after that, you moved to Texas, correct? So
break that down.
After that, I was in Texas.
Okay.
Yeah.
So was that before or after you was in the Army?
That was during.
During?
Yeah.
Okay, so what made you go into the Army?
I just wanted to leave, like, and I just didn't have the courage. So I really didn't have a reason, because I could have went to school. I was going to go to school and stuff like that, but I just want to take responsibility on my own. I just wanted to be a little bit more independent than I was.
Yes.
So I just took that step and did that. Yeah.
So like within the Army, were you already tapped into like the music?
Yeah.
Or was it the beginning stages?
No, it definitely was in the beginning stages. By the time, like in Texas, I didn't really do too much music. Most of it I just did on my phone. But when I got to North Carolina, like after I left Texas, that's when I started actually going into the studio and recording more. I was recording before I left from Georgia, but when I officially got to North Carolina, that's when I really started recording more. I was about like 19.
19?
Yeah.
So what brought you here?
Because military, I ended up in the base,
Yeah, for sure. Okay. And then out in Fayetteville, right?
Yeah, out in Fayetteville. Word. Yeah.
So like, were you living like, cause I can only imagine being a rapper, right, or being an artist, and then being in the Army, like, how was it living them two lives? Like, did you keep it separate? Did you combine it? Like,
I always kept it separate. Like, and up until when I got out of the Army, that's when I started telling them like who I really was. But for the most part, I kept it separate. So I'll be working throughout the day, and then when I'm done with it, I take my uniform off, my boots, and then I'm putting on my other outfits, and I'm going out, you know, to go do shows and stuff like that. So I really felt like Hannah Montana for real. Like. I just never let my left know what my right was doing.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, unless they apply.
Facts.
Come on, you feel me?
Yeah. So.
But no, that's fire. So like when it came to like North Carolina, right? Bring us to the journey of you paving your way as YEA.
Okay, so my journey in North Carolina, when I first came up here, I remember the first song that I recorded. It was To the Crush on You by Lil' Kim.
Hey.
So that kind of really started me rolling.
To that.
Yeah. And so that kind of started me rolling. And then I met some people along the way.
Right.
And even though, I hate to say it, I met some people along the way, and some of these people almost made me stop doing music, for real.
Why?
When they recorded me on equipment that wasn't good. So it fucked me up. Like, they was recording me on GarageBand and shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know. And so I was listening back to it, and I'm like, yo, like, I had hit up my homeboy that I started rapping with, and I was like, yo, I'm done. Like, this shit is trash. It sounds mid. Yeah. And then I ended up finding out that they was recording me on GarageBand. So then I ended up kept going. So, but yeah, like, people will do anything for some money, by the way.
Come on,
but
bruh, the scamming is real.
Yeah, like, for real. So that happened. Then I came across DJ Mo. Shout out to him.
Shout out to Mo.
Mo really, I remember meeting Mo. I met him at the mall and shit. We just chopped it up, and then he ended up letting me know he was a DJ. I let him know I was an artist. I let him listen to some of my music. Yeah. And from like, I don't really remember the time span, but he was one of the like main attributes for getting me on Sway in the Morning from his connections. So that really helped the world kind of see a little bit more who I was. And then, I'm here now. Yeah.
How was that moment to be, because what was the name of that joint?
Shook.
Shook. Bruh. Yeah, because I remember it was off the Cold joint, right? So how did that come about? Because, you know what I'm saying, the connections with the Fayetteville, and then, you know what I mean? Like, how did that come about?
So Shook, this dude named J Beats, he lives out in Charlotte. He was one of these dudes that I was listening to when I was coming up. He did a lot of mashups, and he got some TikToks that's popular right now from his mashups and shit. So Jay, shout out to him.
Shout out to him.
I hit him up from SoundCloud because I saw that he was like kind of local shit. I'm like, send me a beat pack. Let me see what you're working with. And that was one of the beats on there. So I'm like, okay, shit. So I had a studio session with this dude named AR. Shout out to AR Wings.
Okay, come on.
I was going to record 3 or 4 songs. So I'll probably get a couple hours, and I'll be trying to knock down a whole bunch of songs in one session shit. And Shook was one of them. And I remember right before AR was coming over, I was trying to get the last part. And I'm like, damn. And then I wrote that joint really fast. I got down to the last part, and around the time that's when elections was going on. So when that part, like, I don't need these niggas, like, they don't need to vote like that, because they just kept blowing up my phone about voting and shit. And so I wrote that down. I was like, okay, that's it.
Facts.
And so out of all the songs I recorded, like, obviously that was the hardest one, and it was the easiest one because it was about my life. So it was no like fabricating, no crazy shit. It was just like straight to the point. So
raw.
Raw.
So let me ask this. One thing I've noticed within you while I was diving in deep doing my research, I'm amazed, not surprised, but amazed at your versatility. Is that on purpose?
It's not on purpose. It's by accident. Like, because I don't know. I like a little bit of everything. Specifically when I ended up getting on Sway in the Morning, I heard some of the stuff that they were saying. Like, they were just like, oh, that ghetto rap and all that extra shit is out the window. Like, real females is coming to take the game over. So they kind of did put me on a high pedestal with that for sure. But I felt like the more I did, you know, things like Shook, I can't take that away from me because that is my life. But the more I did things like Shook, I started to lose the fun in music. And so what makes me so versatile is I could dibble and dabble a little bit everything. I don't see why I should just go like one straight path.
Put yourself in the box. Sure. So like when it comes to music as a whole, like what do you like listening to? You know what I'm saying? What's your go-tos? Break it down. I know you listen to everything, but because I know you got some shit when you clean the crib. You got some shit when you out from the function. You know what I mean? Break it down.
I'm not gonna lie. Like what a lot of people don't know about me is I like to listen to Afrobeats.
Word.
That's it. Like but I've never gone to Afrobeat song.
Wow.
But because I respect it too much, and you know, like I'm not African. Like I'm African American, but I'm not African, so I'm not gonna dive into that. But I do have a lot of like African friends that are artists and stuff, and obviously they be telling me like get on there and stuff like that. But I just respect it too much. It just feels like at home to me. So yeah,
your safe space.
Yeah.
So you don't want to like mix it.
I let them have that.
You come around and be an Afrobeat artist.
Nah, I ain't even gonna do that. But I fuck with it.
That's what's up. So like Afro beats. Okay, what about like what's some other genres you fuck with?
I really fuck with R&B.
R&B girl.
I've been on like some 90s real bad. Like
that shit timeless.
Yeah, it really is. And I wish like more people were creating things like that.
When they actually talked about love.
Right.
It's like before then, that was the process of getting to know each other and like that talking stage, and then you know what I'm saying.
Right.
Now it's like I'm trying to fuck. When we were fucking let me fuck the shit out of you. It's like damn, that's cool, like, but damn, like ease your way into it. You know what I'm saying? Like even back then in the '90s, like niggas was saying some reckless shit, but smooth as hell.
It was. I mean, it was just all different types of topics. You got, you know, what that Kelly Price song where she talk about like the dude was hers and stuff, and so she like friend fucked her over. And then it's just all different type of topics. The stories, they're so good. It's so relevant to today still.
If not worse.
So
if not worse. Okay, so like, let's do this. If you were to have an EP, right? A 3-track EP. First track is an Afrobeats track. Second track is an R&B track. Third track is, of course, hip hop. All right. First track, Afrobeats artist. Who you collaborating with?
Rima.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that feature for sure. Rima
hard. Rima hard.
He's a tough youngin' for real.
Rima hard. Okay, respect. Not surprised, but that's respect. Okay. Second, R&B. Who you collaborating with?
Oh, this is a tough one. R&B back like 90s type shit, or just any?
Yeah, any. It don't matter. And this is your shit, remember?
This is my shit.
Your shit.
Okay.
So we about to manifest it. Come on.
Damn. I'm debating between a couple.
Okay.
All right. I think I'm going to go with Masego.
Because you smart because you get the vocals and the production.
I would go with Masego all the way.
Damn. Okay. And then third, last but not least, hip hop. Who you collaborating with?
Hip hop. Let's see.
Who you got?
I'll do Drake.
Drake?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll do Drake.
All right. I'll fuck with it. So let me ask this. This is what I've noticed.
Okay.
So with your music, and your delivery. Not all your songs, right? But the songs to where you really tapping into yourself and letting it loose, right? I've noticed it's like, oh. But outside, you listen to like very calm, chill shit. Yeah. So how do you balance that to where you can listen to a Masego, to a Rima, to a Drake, and then when it comes to tracks like Shook, you know what I'm saying? Like, you go in, like how?
I think it's just like, I don't know. I like peace and calm. Like, I'm not gonna lie, but you know, sometimes you gotta get the bullshit out. So I think that's me being aggressive towards my music, because that's like my life lessons and things that I'm going through. For sure. But then on like a regular part of me just chilling, I like chill vibes. Yeah.
You know what it is to me? And I ain't gonna go too far-fetched, but this is what I noticed with your artistry. So I've noticed like your mind and how you're seeking constant evolution and growth, right? But when it comes to the hip-hop shit and like rapping as just a form of art, you use that to unlearn and release the bullshit that happened, because naturally you like peace. So you're making room for the peace and for the new shit to come. So that's your outlet to where you could just be like, I know who I am. I can't change that. So let me turn it into something positive. You know what I'm saying? Turn the negative to a positive to where others can connect. But when it comes to who you are as a whole, not just a piece of you, you are allowing new shit to come in. So when it comes to that, how has your journey been when it comes to unlearning the shit and unlearning the bad habits, letting go of the people that don't need to be there? You know what I mean? Like, how has that been for you?
As time progressed, when I would first start losing people and stuff like that, it was hard. It was difficult. Like, I had an attachment, you know, like these were friends, these were close people. I had attachment. As things and time kept going on, like I'm all right with it. I'm content. It just, if it's not meant to be, it's just not meant to be. So I'm cool on it. That's how I am with it.
For sure. How do you balance when it comes to like love and you know what you do? Because you say you an R&B girly, so I know you love love. And I know you love hard too.
Balance of love of what I do. I think love is separate, because obviously a lot of people try to put their person as an artist into what they are, but like when I'm in love, I'm not YEA, I'm Anah.
Oh, so that's where the Anah comes from. Okay.
That is my name. Like, that's my acronym.
That's what I'm saying. Like Anah, but the acronym. The Empress Anah.
So I'm Anah when I'm in love. You know, I'm not YEA, I'm not you know. Right. I'm more like soft.
So who's Anah?
Anah, who's Anah?
You see how we not? I told you, don't look at that. Don't look at that. We flowing.
Anah is just, she's just a vibe. Like, she chill. She has her own like idea of rich lifestyle. She like to splurge. She like to have fun. Like, that's her.
It's like simple, but just for you. I think that.
I like an extrovert and introvert.
So how do you balance being an extrovert, introvert? Because when you out and about in the spotlight, you know what you got to do. But how do you recharge? What does the recharging time look like for you?
Recharging really has to do with me literally doing nothing. Like, I really have to chill, because just me as a person, I'm always like on go. I'm doing here, I'm there.
Ain't that shit hard?
It's difficult.
Hard as hell.
Like, it gets to a point I can't even listen to music. Like, I have to turn it off. Like,
So like silence. Sitting alone with your thoughts. Your feelings. You be ready for it? Respect. Because a lot of people, they run away from it.
They can't do it. And that's one thing about me, like, growing up with a lot of people that was on drugs and stuff, like my mom, my brother, some other relatives and stuff like that. I had to sit with my emotions. So this isn't something that's not new. Like, that shit hurt. Like, I don't know if you've ever, like, experienced a heartbreak. If you're not smoking weed or doing some drugs to, like, get you away from what you truly feel, like, you know when you're really feeling some shit, that shit hurts. So sitting with my feelings, that ain't nothing new. So I could do it.
Was your imagination your like escapism from that?
At first, yeah, I used to like really play video games a lot. Right. I used to Sims and stuff where I could create my own lifestyle and shit. Yeah. But then, as I got older, I can't even touch a game. Yeah. Like I don't have the patience. I want to go out and live that shit.
Come on. So what you do now, as far as like coping mechanisms per se, you feel me?
I do a little bit of everything. Well, obviously I go to the gym and stuff like that. Yeah. And I read a lot. Yeah. So that helps me. Every now and then I'll meditate. Word. Yeah. Ground myself. Yeah. And journal.
Word.
Yeah.
That's crazy. This whole conversation, we just getting started. I learned so much about you. No, I love it. I love it because that's what I'm saying. Like that's the point of this, so that we can see the human side, right? The Anah. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, yay, cool. We gonna talk about that, but I want people to know you for who you are. Right. So thank you for even sharing that.
Problem,
you know what I'm saying?
No problem.
So when it comes to the upbringing, speaking on your mom, speaking on your brother, and just family and people around you that time, right? How do you feel like it's affected you today?
A lot. Yeah. Where do I start? I want to say we can start with like my immediate family. Okay. I always felt like unprotected. So in general, like me as I am now, I'm very, very on my guard. Like I'm always like, watch food, just trying to, make sure I'm good. And then with my dad, with him not being there as much as he should, and this is something that I'm still currently dealing with.
Come on, wake it up. Wake it up.
Is my seeking for validation. And it could be in men or seeking men who are more like father figures. That could have been a thing as well. And so seeking for validation that instead of having self-validation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And then, watching my mom and my brother experience like drug use and stuff like that. I want to say seeing them, because the reason why they did it is because they wanted to fit in. So having a pick me attitude, like I said, as a kid, it's just like pick me. I can remember, when I wasn't chosen for certain things, or I was probably like last choice, or I felt like last choice in people's lives and stuff like that, going through what I went through. Yeah. Understanding and accepting that everything isn't just for me to indulge in. Yeah.
That's real. So how do you validate yourself now?
I just have to really understand that I'm good enough.
Come on.
And be compassionate to things that I've done wrong or right. Yeah. Like being very compassionate to myself. And it actually took a friend of mine, her name is Amazing Soul.
Come on, shout out to Amazing Soul.
Shout out to Amazing Soul to help me kind of figure out like that I was good enough that I can manifest certain things, like things are going to be okay,
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
Facts. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. I think when it comes to that journey, you know what I'm saying, it's like easier said than done. A lot of people just see the highlights. A lot of people see like the shit we glorify. But those times to where, as you say, sitting in silence, you might be reading, you might not be doing anything, or going through the part of seeking the validation. You know what I mean? So what advice would you give to not even just young women, but just young people out there who's really just trying to figure it out, who doesn't feel worthy within themselves? What would you say? I'm not saying as a role model, but as a real model.
I would just say that I would just say like strictly that you're good enough. Like everybody has something that they're good at doing. Yeah. And it sets you apart from everybody else, and you should just do that. That's what I would say. Yeah, you are good enough. I mean, because there's always that left part of your brain that tells you, oh, who the fuck you think you are? Like, you ain't really that nigga. Like, but you really are.
Yeah.
You have to really reprogram that shit. Because you've gone however many years of life thinking that you weren't good enough. So that's something that you have to like fight off with, I don't know, affirmations or whatever.
Whatever works for them.
Whatever works for them.
Yeah. But that's really the difference. Like, because what works for you may not work for them.
Right.
Or vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So I think as long as we're able to communicate and be vulnerable with one another to where we can show like, hey, we still human, we still going through shit. You feel me? I think that'll kind of help start the conversation to where people can kind of like find the guidance of like, oh, okay, boom, dang, I never thought about it from that perspective, or like boom, 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 and then that's when everybody connect and then we able to move. You feel me? So what I wanted to ask you was getting to know you now. Do you feel misunderstood?
Definitely. Yeah, I definitely feel misunderstood.
Yeah. Why so?
Yeah, I just am. Nobody gets me. And maybe that's just not for nobody to get, honestly. I got a lot of shit to me, you know what I'm saying?
Layers.
But I got layers, but I only show what I want to show.
As you should.
Yeah.
Because, like, not everybody deserves to see it.
Definitely. No, it's not for everybody to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still, when it comes to presenting those layers, it just shows the beauty in who you are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To where, like, you get to kind of remind yourself. Sometimes we need to learn how to reassure ourselves, too, to where it's like, damn, like you said, I'm like that.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So let's go back to here.
Okay.
No, I'm playing. But for real, one thing I picked up on in the earlier conversation was how you was like, oh, dude was recording from GarageBand, WAP, and then how he was talking about the show that you was on. What I wanted to ask you was, how important is it to you to like utilize your resources on what you got?
I think it's very important. I used to think I was crazy because I kind of got to the point where I just wanted to do everything myself, but I think that was the best thing that I could have ever done.
Yeah.
So now that I, from that point of getting recorded on GarageBand to now, like I have my own studio set up, so I just wake up and go in this room and really can cook up and do whatever, Yeah.
Speaking of cook up, Angels.
Yeah.
Angels. You know, Demetri or DCM.
Yeah, DCM.
That's my roommate.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, that's my roommate.
Okay.
Yeah. So, like, you know what I'm saying? I remember just being behind the scenes. But take us to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, what was the inspiration behind the verse? Because when I say God, that's when I knew. Because I heard your shit before. Like, even with YK on the beat. He go by King now, right?
Yeah.
But YK on the beat with Deeper, I fuck with that shit.
Okay,
I ain't gonna lie. I fuck with that shit. That shit hard. But then, like, I remember he was like, hey, bro, I got this artist. Well, of course, niggas were saying because we knew it was YEA. But when he showed me the track and then I heard your shit, because don't get me wrong, Kale, Chelsea, Inspired, like, everybody went hard. But when I heard your shit, I was like,
who the fuck is that?
Yeah, I was like, God damn. So bring us to that, yo.
So I ain't gonna lie, that was gonna be like one of my freestyles on a different beat. I originally wrote that on.
Not you recycling.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Cause shit.
Hey, no, I'll be doing the same shit.
But now, like, I originally wrote it to Black.
Which song?
Damn, I can't think of Future Perkins Calling. Yeah, that's what I wrote it to. And then,
I can hear it.
And then I kind of was like feeling, what really kind of inspired me was Mountain Lipids by Big Creek though.
Yeah.
And it kind of flowed with that one too. So I was like,
key.
So I was kind of bouncing back and forth between them two. But then when he sent me the beat, he was like, oh, I got this and shit. And I'm like, okay. So obviously I didn't have the hook or nothing. The hook was inspired by the thought of angels and stuff like that. But yeah, I just went dummy. Yeah. I just was kind of fed up because, a lot of the stuff that I was talking about was stuff that was going on. Like, I was at the breaking point of transition out of the Army. So, like, 6 a.m. I'm on the road. Every day I hustle hard. I stay down. I don't never felt like that I be up all the time early in the morning. Like, sometimes I was working 2 jobs and, just trying to make shit work out. I just started talking about me again. I think that's the shit that people really fuck with.
Yeah.
Is when I really give you an insight on my life, you know? So, yeah.
So do you feel like with the music, that's your safe space to allow people to see the layers?
Definitely. Definitely.
Word.
Yeah, because I can tell you what I want you to hear.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Versus, you know what I'm saying,
yeah.
the other way around. For sure. For sure. So, coming from Georgia, then Texas, then moving to North Carolina, getting your foot in the door, paving your way, kicking down the motherfucking doors.
Yeah, you know.
Feel me? Tell me about how you feel about the North Carolina music scene as a whole. Be honest.
It is very divided.
Come on.
Based on what I see, it's very divided, and if we just unified, oh my gosh, like that shit. They talking about what Dreamville Fest. Like if we was to like literally unify, our shit would be crazy.
As hell.
That shit would be crazy.
But that's like on some G shit. Getting to know you now. I'm a visionary, you feel me? I have a good sense of judgment of spirits and like character. And what I see for you is like.
Okay, talk your talk.
I'm gonna talk my talk.
Okay, let me hear.
This is what I see for you. This is what I see for you.
Okay.
I see you being not only an amazing, talented artist, right? I see you on like the business side too. I see you curating, right? I see you creating opportunities for up and coming artists, because what I love about you is that you not waiting around for anybody to validate you, going back to the validation, but you showing through your actions, and just you're like the epitome of it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Right. Because somebody could say your same lyrics and it's not going to hit the way you say it. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, I just see you curating and creating that safe space for others, to where it's like, hey, we don't give a damn about your popularity. We don't give a damn about how many likes or followers or whatever you got. If you got talent and you want this shit, like, you really want this. Like, you don't want it for fame and all that other extra shit. Like, you really want this. I see you doing something of sorts, such as the Dreamville, or like not even like Dreamville, but your own shit. You know what I mean? And then just you representing, like, it'll be different if I called you a female MC. Right. You know what I'm saying? Or a female artist. But like, to me, you just an artist, my nigga. Right. And you, if I'm being real, you harder than these niggas out here. Thank you. If I'm keeping it G, like you really keeping this shit afloat as far as that soul. You know what I'm saying? And that grit and that storytelling, bro. And I think that's a lost art within what we got, is that storytelling. So when it comes to how you move and how each song is like a piece of you, it's almost like a diary in a sense. You know what I mean? It feels like we reading Ye's like journal. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Low key, Anah, if we being real. Right. You know what I'm saying? But it's like each page is a song, and we just turn in the pages, and like we getting excited because it's like getting better and better and better and better. You know what I'm saying? But it's like the best part about it, it's not like a movie. Because you know the movies, they end and it's like, oh, happy ending, da, 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 da. It's more so like a series. Right. And it's like each one is a cliffhanger, because each song that you have, I notice how you leave room for people wanting more of you. Right. And what I wanted to ask, was that intentional, to where when it came to the artistry, you were just like, yo, like, I'ma sell me. You know what I'm saying? Versus how other artists may sell using drugs or smoking weed or drinking or flexing or gang shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, was it intentional for you to be like, I'm gonna talk about me?
I don't think it was intentional. I think it was just a whole bunch of. I just went with how I felt. You know, like some songs completely sexualized, some songs weren't. Yeah. I just went with how I felt at the time, especially with the beat and what I felt like I was allowed to do on it. That's pretty much, yeah.
So like it kind of, you let it come to you.
Yeah, I let it come to me. Like how you sang that song Deeper. Deeper, that beat was produced 3 or 4 years before I could even think of something to put on it. I felt like the beat was too good for me to even get on it. It just was made to perfection, like. And I'm normally the one that can pick the samples out. So that was one of the samples that I wanted. He did just that, and it took me forever to fucking hop on that beat. But then when I did it, it was like, okay,
Even the visuals, like y'all did that. You know what I'm saying? Even, but like what I love about it is outside of the visual, I can close my eyes and still see it. You dig what I'm saying?
That was my first music video.
Word.
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah. So I kind of got hands-on of what it was like, direct and do all that stuff.
You see yourself like going down that lane as far as like directing more videos outside of just you? You see yourself directing for other people, or you want to just stick to directing with yourself?
I mean, I don't know. Like I could, I could definitely do that. It's and that's something but I probably wouldn't though. It just depends. Like if I was asked to, then definitely would, but I wouldn't, because right now I'm at this point where I'm really solely focusing on me.
As you should.
And it took a lot, because I am normally one who will overextend myself to be able to help somebody, but right now I owe it to myself to really focus in on me.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's where I'm at with it right now. So I would do it, but I probably wouldn't, because I owe it to my little self, my younger self, to say no.
Okay, well, speaking of younger self,
what's
your relationship with your inner child?
My relationship with my inner child is taking up for her where I couldn't.
Not the hair flip before the game.
Taking up for her. Take it up for her. So when I say no, it's me. Yeah, girl, like we did that shit. Definitely. Put my foot down. Yeah. That's my relationship with her. Like I'm there to protect her. Yeah.
Looking out for all the times.
All the times. Yeah.
So when it comes to looking out for and having moments to where you may be like, damn, how do you like stay strong in those moments to where you could retreat back to old habits, the old ways of thinking and all that shit?
I guess I just kind of have to have an understanding of where it's going to lead me to, because if I don't stick up for her, it's gonna fuck me up as the older version of myself, because it's gonna allow me to make decisions that I wouldn't want to do. Yeah. So I feel like as an adult now, I really do have a say-so in my life, like with anything. So if I choose, I can't let anybody like bully me out of a decision that I know I want to make or don't want to make, pretty much. So it's just pretty much making those decisions and sticking to it. Yeah. I think that wasn't what I was doing as a kid. Like I just people please. People please is a bit like I can't people please. Like that's just something that I'm just not gonna do no more, because it's not helping me. It's sabotaging me. It sabotaged me. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. For sure. And it's crazy how like people think being selfish is such a bad thing.
It's not
at all.
I wish I had learned it sooner.
You feel me?
Because enabling, like people pleasing, like all that.
Oh God.
Oh my gosh! Like I wish I had learned it sooner. Maybe things would have been different.
Yeah.
It wasn't until I stopped enabling my mom she got clean. You get what I'm saying? And I'm at her door every night, like, oh, you beautiful, you smart, you blah blah blah. But it wasn't until them knocks stopped where she was like, okay, maybe I really do need to get my shit together. Oh, she moved away. She in the army. Maybe I really do need to get my shit. You know? So maybe if I had did certain shit sooner, where I was selfish and just focused in on me, that things would have changed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Real rap. Real rap. So last thing I want to ask is well, actually, no, it's two things I want to ask. Okay. First thing is, listening, I've noticed that a word that's reoccurring to me is faith. How important it is for you to step out on faith?
If there's one thing that I could say that you have to do is step out on faith. Yeah. And I've seen my mother do this countless amount of times. Like I've seen her firsthand struggle with addiction, but with anything she did, she stepped out on faith, and she was like the first soldier I seen before I initially joined the military. You know what I'm saying? And so it didn't matter what the situation was. She didn't know how, when, where, but she just stepped. Yeah. And I feel like I take that with me with the music. I just step, like I don't think about it. Like I do shit where if for some reason I feel like it was stupid or whatever, like it's just whatever, but I just step off of faith, because it's like I would be killing myself inside if I didn't. It would just be like you alive. Like, that's one thing that creators don't understand. If you don't do what you called to do or here to do, it just feels like you're living dead. Yeah. You're alive, but you're dead inside. Walking zombie. Walking zombie. So yeah, I just move. And fuck the what ifs. Like, whatever happens, happens. It's only two ways to go. It's either gonna go good or bad. You know. That's it. Like,
and is there even such thing as good or bad?
It's no such thing. And that's where it comes with being compassionate. Even if I make the wrong choice, it's straight. It's Gucci.
Come on. We're moving. Yeah. Win to learn, never lose.
Right.
You feel me? And then another thing I wanted to ask was, do you feel like word of mouth is a lost art in today's world?
Word of mouth?
Yeah. So, like, for example, right? You know how we got social media and it's easy to promote through that. Versus, like, let's say, you know, nigga is doing a show or something like that, and, you know, you only tackle a few people, or you go out and do something to where it may be a crowd, but you affected a few people, right? But those few people go out and tell, oh, yo, you got to check this person out, woo, 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 woo. Do you feel like that is a lost art in today's world?
No. No, I don't think it's a lost art because people gonna do it for you. Like, if you touch them, and when you go to perform, your goal is not to get the whole fucking crowd.
You
like,
feel me?
And I've noticed a lot of people who perform. I study people in performances. When they perform, I can't stand somebody who will literally redo their song because such and such was on their phone. It's not about that. Like, you can stay on your phone all you want to, but I might touch the person behind you or the person over there, or maybe three, maybe just two, and even just one. That's cool. I remember I did. I just went, it was like an open mic in New Orleans. I was visiting just for fun. And they was doing like open mic shit. So I was like, let me perform my song. I got up there. They was not fucking with it. Because I'm from this area to go to New Orleans and perform some shit. They're like looking at me like, who the fuck is this bitch? Right. So, but then when I got off stage, I was like, damn, that was stupid. Like, that's why I was thinking to myself. But then these three girls at this one table, I'm like, oh, let me follow your Instagram. Oh, we your song, and let me. And that was just
little baby,
right? Little baby, like, right? Like, and so they took my stuff down. I added my song to their phone, and maybe they gonna go tell somebody else, and from so forth. And so you can't worry about trying to get everybody. I think word of mouth is still prevalent. Is part of promotion and marketing, and I think using social media platforms is big. I mean, this is the day and age that we're in right now. So I had somebody say not too long ago that performing don't even matter because you got social media. Yeah. So before you know what I'm saying? So I hate to say it, but what's the point of going to perform and people don't even know your lyrics when you can make a social media presence to the point where they're like, oh shit, like
by the time you perform, they'll know
they know shit. Yeah. Yeah.
Real rap. Well, the last segment I got is called Giving Flowers. I like to give people their flowers. Now, I ain't the type of nigga to flex and be like, oh, I've known you my whole life. Right, this is our first time chopping it up. You feel me? But from what I can say is, actually, before I even get there, before I even do that, earlier I was speaking on what I saw for you. What do you see for yourself in your future?
What do I see for myself? I don't know. I definitely see a distribution deal. Come on. That's definitely what I want. I do see me on a big stage.
Big stages.
Big stages.
Come on.
Definitely. And I do see people singing my words verbatim.
Come on.
Even if I feel like they're too complicated type shit. You know?
For real.
Like verbatim. I see that shit. Yeah. And I also see me putting people on too. Like what you were saying, like doing some type of platform that's gonna put other artists on, catch everybody's eye. I see that too.
No, for sure. I love that. I think see, what I see for you also too is like just you touch the soul. You know what I'm saying? People don't remember what you did, how much money you got. People remember how you made them feel. Right. And each song, like each fucking song, I don't say that about niggas, but like each song, bro, for me to get an experience, because I ain't listen to the whole catalog. Okay. You get what I'm saying? Right. But I've heard some to where each one I was like, all right, because here's my thing. especially before the interview, I didn't want to get so caught up to where I'm thinking I know you from the song.
Right.
Because as we stated, we only showing a piece. But with you, you know how to give different sides with different vibes, right? But I wanted to listen to a couple to where I'm like, okay, boom, but then really actually sit down and chop it up with you versus like being like, well, this song or this song or that song or that song, you feel me? But you really touched the soul, yo, like on a universal tip. I'm talking about global shit. You feel me? Like where you can really affect the world. I see motherfuckers who can't even speak English saying your shit.
Okay, talk that talk, yeah.
I'm gonna talk that shit.
Okay.
If I said it, I meant it. You feel me?
I appreciate it.
No cap in my rap. You dig? So it's like, bruh, I see that for you. And going back to the segment of giving flowers, I feel like, you know, someone such as yourself, first and foremost, thank you for even sharing the things that you shared within the podcast and us chopping it up. Because I know this is our first time chopping it up because we got mutual friends and shit. But thank you for that.
No problem.
Second is, please continue to be selfish. Because you deserve that.
Right.
And you are worthy. You feel what I'm saying? You are worthy. This is your moment. This is your time to get you right. But not in a selfish or greed intent. But you want to make sure that you're good so you can continue to give. Because a lot of times, especially as recovering people pleasers, a lot of people be like, man, fuck that shit. I'm just giving to me.
Right.
But your heart says otherwise. To where it's like you still want to give, but to a certain extent. As you were saying earlier with enabling. So we have to find that boundary and set those boundaries to where it's like I can give, but only but so much. You know, I may not be able to give money. I may not be able to show up and be there physically, but I can check on you. You know what I'm saying? I can do other things to where sometimes you may have to love people from a distance, like you were saying, so that they can figure it out for themselves.
Right. So
I applaud you on that. And so like I said, just keep being selfish, you feel me? And I say that in a positive way. You feel me? Also, with this motherfucking shit, nigga, keep killing these niggas, man. Keep killing these niggas, because that shit, your shit hard,
Thank you.
And I see nothing but greatness for you, which is why I wanted you to come on here, because my objective is to really just bring good, genuine people, yo. Fuck the popularity, fuck all that extra shit, man. I want to bring people of all facets to come so we could just talk and be human and connect. And just as we stated, it's our first time chopping it up. You feel me? But like, that's what I'm trying to do, to where it's like, hey, like, we need to show real connection, human connection. Because where we going with this AI shit, nigga?
Yeah, it's getting out of hand.
That shit crazy.
Yeah, that shit's wild.
You feel me? So I feel like the void in the niche nowadays is like authenticity. You dig what I'm saying? So, such as yourself, like when you can sell authenticity authentically, my nigga, who's gonna stop you?
Right.
You know what I mean? And then just seeing you, your team, and what I mean by team, I don't mean like niggas doing this shit for you, but I just mean like your supporters and like the immediate ones, to where, as you stated, like figuring out you could do it alone, right? But even on the journey, we kind of realized like, okay, we might need some help.
Right.
You feel me? Like we might not be able to be at 3 places at the same time, right? Also, just thank you for your contribution to the culture.
No
you know what I'm saying? Like, thank you for being your true authentic self and allowing to share pieces of you to the world, because we need that. We need that true vulnerability and that true authenticity. You know what I'm saying? I'm excited to just see where this goes as far as the seeds being planted and us finally chopping it up, meeting it up. You know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty sure, you know, you gonna make a nigga come correct if we collab. You know
right.
But like on some G shit, I really want us to do some different shit. Like, I want us to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, take it up there, because that's what I like to do, man. I like to not only challenge myself, but challenge my niggas. Like, we already know. If we gonna give niggas bars, bro, we got that. That's easy. That's like, easy. Let's experience something together to where we could try something new together and just really like boost our confidence to where we like, damn, we didn't even know we can do that. Now let's see how more we can do, or how higher we can go. You know what I'm saying? So thank you. I appreciate you for showing up. You feel me? Once again, keep up the good work out here. Love what you're doing. you know, you got a fan, you got a supporter, brother, friend, all that in between. You know what I'm saying? I know first time chopping it up, you got to still read people, but I'm a genuine nigga. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you need, just let me know, bro. Even if it's some shit where it's like, hey, bro, I got a show in your city. I might need some content for media wise. I got you. I'm gonna pull up for it. Okay. You know what I mean? So like, for me, it's not always about money. I believe in collective bargaining to where it's like, boom, if I do that for you, my nigga, hey, just give me a verse. You know what I'm saying? I got you. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, bro, keep up the good work. But before we shut it down, man, let them know where people can reach you, the website, all that good stuff, and then say your last words.
I definitely forgot I had a fucking website.
It'd be like that. It'd be like that.
You can follow me on Instagram at official.YEA, and you go to my website, www.officialyea.com.
Yup.
Yeah.
And it's yay. Not yeah.
It's yay, not yeah.
Because all this time I've been saying yeah.
It's yay.
Yeah pulling up, but it's yay, my nigga.
It's yay.
Young Empress Anah, nigga.
Yeah.
Stop playing with her.
It's yay.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Hold on, show them the nails real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Show them the nails.
They got the yay.
Come on, yeah. I just cut my shit, but we ain't about to show y'all that. You know what I'm saying? Good shit, yeah. It's like shit. See? In and out. You feel me? Mm-hmm.